In today's video, I wanted to show you something really simple that actually helped me finish off my portfolio on resume and blog website. So what I wanted to do was I have an online version of my resume and I wanted the email address to be clickable and then copy straight to the clipboard so that the user or whoever's looking at it can paste it into hopefully their whatever email client they use and then send me this awesome email saying, hey, you look great, let's hire you. But really what the thing is, like, not everybody uses a native app on their desktop for email, so I didn't want to click and then have a native app open up because I hate it when I click on something and mail opens up on my Mac and I'm like, I don't want to use mail. So click and copy to clipboard was the solution. And the problem is when I Googled how to do this using JavaScript, what came up was a browser API that is obsolete. And it still works apparently, because I guess it's like maybe legacy code in some browsers, but there is a new Clipboard API that's super easy to work with. It's asynchronous, which is even better. And I implemented it super easy. So I also want to show that. So if you ever want to implement a click and copy to clipboard, then you can do that as well. And just here's the API, I'll show you everything. Let's look at my computer. All right, so here is the top half of my online resume right now. And I am not indicating at the moment that you can click and copy my email address, but if you notice when I hover over, you get the cursor changes. I can't remember what this cursor is called, but if you look up all the different cursors you can choose on MDM or MDN, you can get those that list. But see, when I click on it, you see that little modal pops up, says copy to clipboard, and it disappears. So now it is actually copied to the clipboard. So how did I do it? Let's first look at the code. Well, I guess let me show you MDN first. You can see this is the way it shows up when you Google, like, how do I click and copy to clipboard? You get this execCommand method that sits on document, and it says right here, obsolete. So this feature is obsolete, although it may still work in some browsers. Its use is discouraged, and it's something that you have to check for on the navigator. And these are all the different methods on it, but let's see. I believe I have it open on a tab right. Here's the Clipboard API. Let's see, interactive with the clipboard. You can see here it is. You can cut or copy, cut and paste, but you have to check for it right here in the navigator. You have to say navigator, does this exist? And since it's obsolete, I was like, I really don't want to use that. So what I did find eventually was this Clipboard API, and it's more it's something that's new. It's not supported by every browser. I think Internet Explorer, of course, and Safari do not support it, but everybody else does. And essentially, it's just an asynchronous way for you to, interact with your clipboard. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So you can read the documentation. I highly suggest it. I'm still learning how to use it better, but it does work for what I need. And here's how I did it. So this is that particular component. Let me show you. Let me scroll back. I know these scrolling, this might be really annoying, and I'll learn more and more as I record. But this component is this like chip right here with the text and the icon. Each of these is the same component. They just render out differently based on what text is being displayed. So here is that component. And what you can see here, here's my handle copy to clipboard method or function. And it's actually attached to right here. I said if the method is a prop being passed in. If it's equal to email, then you're going to render out this particular chip, and it has an on-click handler which uses this, and it's going to take an event. This is all written in TypeScript, by the way. So if you see this mouse event, it's a mouse event on an HTML div element, and I grabbed the actual text because this is what you want to copy to the clipboard is the text. So you go event.currentTarget.innerText gets me my physical email address, that text out of that div, and then you hit navigator.clipboard write text, passing in the text you want to copy. And since it's asynchronous, it returns a promise. So you can tack on a then, and if you want to have some kind of success message, which is what I do. I should put this. Here's an error actually. See how I dispatch an action which says toggle my clipboard modal? This should be put into my then block. That way, when it's successful, it shows the modal, it makes it disappear. And if there's an error, I could show an error message, and I probably will do that eventually, but I'm not, show error message. That way, it'll show an error message, but I've noticed that when you do Safari, you don't get any of that, so it's kind of weird, but it's really that easy. So click to copy is just make a little method, or you can put it on an inline function. Write text gets you the Gets you what you're looking for. So if we just look a little bit quicker on the spot, how did I get .write text? Well, there's read text. So I'm writing text to the clipboard. Read text will actually read it. Let's see, clipboard event. I think this might be where we find it. No specific methods. There you go. Read text, write, and write text. Those are the ones that you want. So each one does something different. Read requests arbitrary data, such as images from the clipboard, returning a promise. Read text requests texts from the system clipboard, returns a promise. Writes arbitrary data to the system clipboard, and obviously returns a promise as well. And then write text writes text to the system clipboard, returning a promise. So it's pretty easy to work with. So use it. I hope it helps if you've been looking for something better to do, better than the execCommand, which is now obsolete. I hope that helped. If you would like to keep getting better tips and stuff, hit the like button or subscribe and hit the like button and the notification button and all that stuff. Leave a comment if you've used this before, or if you have better ways to do it that I don't know about yet. I'm always looking to learn and get better at making apps and websites better. So thanks so much for watching.